Good afternoon and welcome to the mock interview, which should take you to, of course, we want to see your name in the list of the successful candidates.
Thank you, sir.
Simran, can you introduce yourself to the board?
Yes. Sir, as you're aware, my name is Simran Bhardwaj. I'm currently residing in Mao near Indore. Considering that my father serves in the Indian Army, I've lived in many states across India, but I completed school from Jammu. After that, I came to Delhi to pursue my graduation in journalism from Kamla Nehru College, Delhi University, and I graduated in 2021, sir. Sir, I also wish to one day join the Indian Administrative Service.
Oh, okay. Now, we wish that you should be, of course, that desire must be fulfilled. Throughout, you must be in the IAS, for which you have appeared. Simran, your father is from a defense background. You have given exam of the combined defense services also.
Yes, sir, I have.
The result has come or is still awaited?
So the result has come.
What has been the?
Sir, I have got All India rank 6 in the exam.
In the combined defense service?
Yes, sir.
So given the option, would you like to go in for the administrative, the civil service side or the army side, defense side?
So my first career of choice is the Indian Administrative Service, although the Indian Army definitely gives an opportunity to live a life less ordinary.
But don't you think that the country, there are two things. One is the flag and another is the currency which makes a country. And the flag is always, of course, which we are always proud of. It's the defense forces. So, and with such a meticulous sort of your biodata and so your background, defense, and you have got the 6th rank, All India 6th rank. So, you are not fond of the defense forces?
Sir, having been raised in the olive greens, I'm of course proud of being an army ward and I'm proud of our defense forces. And as you say, that the flag must be held high and the defense forces have played an unparalleled role in ensuring that. But I feel that my abilities and my temperament are better suited for the civil services, and my academic aptitude can offer me a better career path in the civil services, sir.
Simran, you have done journalism, and journalism normally covers entire gamut of activities, not of the country but of the globe. You have given Indian Foreign Service as the 4th option, much below, and even the income tax has been given slightly higher preference. Why is it so?
So definitely the Indian Foreign Service is a glorious one, but I feel that owing to my family legacy, I would like to serve the people of this nation, sir.
Fine, but now you know the income tax, it is a faceless interaction.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, faceless appeals have been introduced in 2021 and also the taxpayers charter, by which we are minimizing the contact that any person can have with the tax authorities to reduce corruption, sir.
So you will not be even known, and nobody with such a glorious educational background and such a talented girl, nobody will even recognize what Simran is. Why not go in for a service which should give you recognition, name, fame, authority?
Sir, I think the sense of satisfaction that is associated with the services stands above name, fame, and authority, sir. And I still think that I have a few years. And in any case, if I'm not able to make it to the service of my choice this year, I'll definitely try another year, sir.
When was NATO formed and what exactly is the role of NATO?
Sir, as far as I remember, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization was formed in 1947, sir. And the role of NATO was to form an alliance between the US and its European allies to offer a collective security umbrella against, during that period of Cold War, sir, against the USSR and its allies. And the NATO works on the principle of collective defense, wherein the attack on any one sovereign nation who is a member of NATO implies an attack on all of NATO. And this has been observed just once, that is after the 9/11.
Why Ukraine wants to join NATO?
So Ukraine wishes to join NATO because number one, being a democratic country, it considers itself on a different platform against its larger neighbor, Russia. Also, Russia being a nuclear power, and Russia has often indicated its interest in breaching Ukraine's sovereignty. So Ukraine's feel that aligning itself with the NATO would ensure its security, sir, against a much larger neighbor.
But Ukraine must have seen the eligibility conditions for joining the NATO. It seems they are not aware. Can they join just like that? How much time normally it takes to join NATO?
I'll have to check the technicalities, but definitely it takes a lot of lobbying and a lot of persuasion to join any organization.
Was it a wise decision on the part of the Ukraine president to go in for a NATO at the cost of destroying the entire country?
Sir, I feel that it would be incorrect to blame Ukraine because the primary aggressor here is Russia. And no matter what the reason, Ukraine cannot be blamed for being a victim of aggression, sir. And if they're insecure of a larger country, on the basis of what realists called a balance of power, Ukraine was well within its right to ask for such an organization into the alliance.
You have mentioned in your biodata that you are interacting with children. So, what age group and on what issues?
Sir, I like interacting with the children ranging from babies to children aging 10 to 12 years old, sir, because that is the age range that I find in my neighborhood, sir. And I usually play with them, and we interact on all sorts of issues that erupt in their budding minds.
What sort of satisfaction you get with them?
Sir, that joy is obviously unlimited because number one, children are not bound by any limits. Their curiosity is ever expansive, and hence they also motivate us to think out of the box, sir. Sir, second, children are very adamant in getting their demands fulfilled, and I think that inspires adults. And for me, it inspires me to stay persistent and stay determined, sir. And so, third, children are always a source of joy, and their antics and their habits they act as a good stress buster, sir.
So, it gives you happiness.
Yes, sir.
There is something called happiness index.
Yes.
Which countries, in terms of the happiness index, is really at the top?
Sir, one of the Scandinavian countries, I think Finland, if I'm not wrong, tops the index.
How about Bhutan?
So Bhutan has a gross national happiness index. It measures. It does not give as much importance as the gross domestic product, but it measures the gross national happiness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Simran,
Yes, sir.
you said that you will prefer civil services over defense services.
Yes.
You have been excellent in defense service. Your rank is 06. All India rank is 6. It is not a small achievement. We don't know what rank you will get in the civil services. We wish you will get number 1. But since you have been from the army background, you want to serve people.
Yes.
The people are best served by the army. They are best served by the army. Because they are in the front border, standing at the border, giving their life to the country. What service can be better than this service, giving their life for the country? So how do you justify yourself coming to civil services, being from army background and being at a level of 06 rank in all, by no defense services?
Sir, you're right that the Indian Army also serves the people of our nation as says the Shetward motto, that the safety, honor, and welfare of the country comes first, always and every time for a defense personnel. So, but at the same time, army has very limited opportunities to make a direct impact on the lives of people. So, owing to my background, I've interacted with a large number of people from a terrorist who had surrendered in the northeast to the vineyard farmers of Maharashtra. Sir. So, but I recognized that my ability to help them was very limited. And I feel that by entering the administrative services, I can make small contributions in ensuring their happiness and welfare, sir.
You said a small contribution to help these farmers and these people, but you are forgetting the big contribution you would do to defense service. If you are wearing the uniform, you have seen the uniform throughout your life,
Yes, sir.
and by leaving the uniform and you are coming to civil service, sitting in the offices, the comfort zone, it seems that you are shirking that kind of thing, that you want to be in the forefront of the borders and all that, and your father's legacy. Because sometimes it so happens that if my father has worked in a particular department, posting at a particular place, I would like to follow his footsteps. You could have done that also in defense services.
Yes, sir, I agree with you that by being in the army, we can defend the nations by being at the forefront. But, sir, we are yet to see the day where women will be able to command troops on the borders of the countries. And I feel that in being in the civil services, while the army protects us against external aggression, civil services can also contribute by making the nation internally stronger, sir.
Simran, you are every time saying, I can also make contribution as civil servant. Also is secondary. Primary is the primary. Also is secondary.
Yes.
So civil services, you are yourself saying secondary, but you are still saying you are want to go to civil service. Anyway, next question, please. You say you have been interacting with children. What does it mean? You said you play with children around your place and all that.
Yes.
But that is all what all of us do. What is so special of yours interacting with children?
Sir, I've been the eldest child in my family, and hence all the cousins fall under my protective umbrella, sir. And since then, I've been interacting with them, I've been playing with them and teaching them as much as I can, and organizing small plays and any entertaining activities, sir. So, apart from that, since I've lived in a variety of places, I've tried to interact with a lot of children and also understand their mindset, sir.
Have you must have interacted with children in your area, in RP area and all that, or outside of that also?
Yes, sir.
Outside also?
Sir, not particularly, but I have interacted with the children who do not come from an army background.
Have you ever thought of teaching the children of the poor people, or rather children of your Subedar, Naib, the lower rank people? Have you ever thought of teaching those children? Or have you taught the children of these people?
Sir, I have not taught children of these personals, but in as a part of my college, I have volunteered for some activities for teaching children, sir.
Okay. Why you are a journalist, right?
I'm a student of journalism, sir.
Yes. Why press is called fourth estate?
So the press has been called the fourth estate by Edmund Burke, and that is because, along with the judiciary, executive, and the legislature, the press is a foundation of democracy. It makes us aware about what is going on in the country, in the nation, and what are the functions being performed by the other three pillars, and it hence makes the voter more aware.
Okay. You have been doing public speaking. What is public? Where do you do public speaking?
Sir, wherever I get the chance.
But that everybody does.
Yes, sir.
So what is so special about your this activity?
Sir, apart from finding a chance to speak wherever I can, I also do competitions like group discussions. And since I'm also a quizzer, I do quiz mastering for a lot of people in my college, sir. So that also entails an element of public speaking.
But that is not a public speaking. Public speaking is you go before the public, speak on a common subject, talk to them, that like our leaders do. They are public speakers. You are quiz master, all right. You speak in seminars, forums, conferences. That is different.
Yes, sir.
Public speaking is speaking before the public. Here you are speaking with a particular audience. So,
Yes.
don't you think there's a difference between the two?
Yes, sir. I'll admit there is a difference.
Okay, okay. Weekly newsletter writing. You are a journalist. You must be doing that. What do you write every week for the news or other columns or some other things? What do you write?
Sir, I write commentary on issues that are currently in the news or otherwise interesting issues. Like the first edition was about how Indore has managed its cleanliness drive, sir.
But recently, my colleague asked you questions regarding Ukraine and all that. Have you written on Ukraine one of the newsletters?
Sir, I've written on India's stand on the Russia-Ukraine crisis.
India's stand on the Ukraine crisis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Physical education, you said. It is only education or physical activity also you are involved in? Or just studying how to do your asanas and all that and not doing yourself?
So, physical education as a subject involves practical also. And,
Okay.
sir, I've been an active participant in those activities.
Simran,
Yes.
you said that press and media is called the fourth state.
Yes.
In India, somehow we are getting the impression that this fourth column is becoming lopsided. What are your views on
Yes, sir, it is true.
of journalism?
Sir, could you, can I request the honorable member to repeat the last sentence?
The media has become lopsided.
Yes. Yes.
They are going favor one party, one then attached to the other party.
Yes.
What are your views on it?
Sir, it is true that earlier, while all the social reformers had relied on the fire of their pen to make changes, today journalism itself has come under fire, sir. Sir, we had observed, especially during the pandemic, sir, when yellow journalism and sensationalization, they had become the tricks of the trade in journalism. Sir, I believe that this can be owed to the fact that currently journalism is facing a lot of competition from other sources such as social media and YouTube. Sir, the average consumer is moving away from 24/7 live coverage to more specified coverage on YouTube. And sir, that has also hit the revenue streams related to journalism. Also, the rise of stringers and freelancers has further threatened the security of journalists and has again made it mandatory for them to align with certain powers where they feel secure, sir. So that has created a sort of ideology based journalism where media itself is becoming the jury instead of presenting us with the facts. Sir, I believe that the solution to this lies with the media itself. Sir, regulating the media can be a slippery slope. So I feel that insider regulation led by, for instance, the Press Council or the Editors Guild can be one solution. Apart from that, citizens themselves have to be aware of the news that they're consuming and keep themselves away from fake news and misinformation, sir.
So there is very hot debate in some of the Scandinavian countries and even in India. We are hearing that women should be paid for the work they're doing. What is your opinion?
Yes, sir. In Tamil Nadu, a party had included this in their manifesto also, that they wanted to pay housewives for the work and their contribution. Sir, in my opinion, this is still something that India should debate on, and it is still farther away in our society. I think because it is number one, very tough to put a price tag on the contribution of our mothers and the work that they do, and for that matter, not just of mothers, but of the compassionate affection and work done by love by any of the family members. Sir, second, we are not sure who would provide this income, whether this has to be provided by the families or by the government. And sir, that would also include major anthropological disruptions, sir.
Don't you feel it will damage the social structure?
Sir, currently it is felt that a housewife or any person who's working at home and is not professionally employed by an outsider, he or she does that work out of affection and care, and the family is based on that. But as more and more people move towards professional arenas, the family tends to get disturbed for at least some amount of time before stabilizing, sir. So we'll have to observe this phenomenon over long periods of time to see what impacts it is having on the family, sir.
Haryana has a very traditional social system.
Yes,
I
sir.
want your reply in that context.
Sir, Haryana has a traditionally conservative system, and I think that one reason why women of Haryana, they have not been able to exercise all of their rights is because, being an economically prosperous state, women are not able to gain financial independence, sir. However, we have to understand that providing income at the home itself would not necessarily empower women and make them financially independent, because the income would again be dependent on the household only. So unless that element is reduced, I think we can explore better solutions.
You are C certificate holders in the NCC.
Yes, sir.
There is provision for the direct entry into the army for the C certificate holders. Why didn't you avail that? You have to appear in CDS.
Yes, sir. Sir, when I appeared for the CDS examination, I was able to qualify it. And then I observed that the competition in the NCC entry is very tough, sir. So I felt that since I've already qualified the CDS examination, I can also exercise this stream for the entry.
Suppose you get into the army. Which branch you will prefer, artillery or infantry?
Sir, women can get permanent commission into 10 branches. So my preference is intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Right. You are writing for the weekly newsletter, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the subjects you develop on?
Sir, I usually write on topics that are ongoing, the current affairs, and also topics that appear to be of special interest to me. Recently, I've written on Indore's cleanliness drive, and as I mentioned, I've also written on what I think is influencing India's stand on Ukraine, Russia.
Can you tell us something about Indus Valley sites in Haryana?
Sir, a lot of excavations are being done in Haryana currently. The most famous Indus Valley site in Haryana is Rakhi Gadi, which is also the largest site of Indus Valley, and it is near Hisar. So it is anthropologically very important because it is here that we found that this site probably was located next to the bank of river Saraswati, one. And number two, that the skeletons found in this site told us that there was no foreign element in the DNA of the Indus Valley people, sir. Sir, apart from that, there are other sites like Banavali, sir, and Kurukshetra is also being excavated.
Simran,
Yes.
can you tell us something about Indus Water Treaty?
Sir, the Indus Water Treaty was signed between India and Pakistan, and it aims to distribute the water of the Indus River and its tributaries amongst the two nations, sir.
What are the rules which Pakistan required and what are the rules which we are keeping in India?
Sir, as far as I remember, India has a right on 20% of the water of the Indus and the western tributaries, and 80% of the right lies with Pakistan, sir. And apart from that, the southern rivers such as Satluj and Beas, India has greater right on the share of these waters.
There are some disputed dams on Indus River. Can you tell us something about that?
Sir, one is the Kishan Ganga Dam, sir, whose capacity is 330 megawatt, And the other is a dam on the Jhelum River. I am not able to remember the name precisely.
Thank you, Simran.
Thank you, sir.
Simran,
Yes, sir.
what's the meaning of your name?
Sir, the word Simran is a Gurmukhi and Hindi word which emerges from the Sanskrit word Smaran. So it means to meditate in the name of God and to remember God. Sir, in Sikhism, there are three foundational principles, that is Simran, Seva, and Vand Chapo, Kirat Karo, and Naam Japo. And sir, it is believed that Simran and Seva are the two wings of a bird. So without remembering God and meditating ourselves, we cannot offer our services in the best manner to the society.
Okay. So do you also practice meditation? Any form, any type?
Sir, I have practiced meditation, and it was an important element in the prayers of my school, sir.
Okay, but not after school.
Sir, I'll admit, not on my own.
Okay. I can see, you're now presently you're in Indore, MP.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you mentioned Dr. Ambedkar Nagar, Mau.
Yes, sir.
What's the speciality of Mau?
Sir, Mao is a very important cantonment for the army because it has category establishments such as the Army War College and other premium establishments such as the Infantry School and the Military College of Telecommunications and Engineering, and also the Army Marksmen's Unit, from where almost all the Olympians who have done shooting and firing, they have practiced, including Colonel Rajvardhan Singh Rathore. And also, sir, it is the birthplace of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar.
What's the full form of Mau?
Sir, it is believed that it is military headquarters of war. But while interacting with my fathers and other senior officers, I got to know that that is just a backronym.
Okay. So that's the original name of the local area?
Yes, sir. Mao Gaon is a local area after which the town has been named.
Because there is another place with the same name in UP, Mau.
I'll have to read on that, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. You mentioned about Ambedkar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell three things that you feel proud to be, proud to be born in the same nation, same country in which Ambedkar, and basically now also you're staying in Mau. So, what are those 2-3 points you feel proud about Ambedkar being ours?
Sir, I am a great admirer of Dr. Ambedkar. So first of all, Baba Saheb had all many opportunities in the US and the UK, and he could have lived a life of comfort there, where his scholarship would have been awarded in a better manner. But he came back to India and he fought for the rights of millions of people, sir. Sir, second, being a student of journalism, I'm also a deep admirer of his work in journalism. When he did not find space in major dailies, he started his own papers such as Mook Nayak, and those were in local languages, and they tended to focus on the issues of the vulnerable and the subordinate people, sir. And sir, third, he was very sure about his ideology and what is it that he would like to see for the people of India, sir. And he never let himself be wavered by any kind of challenges, sir.
Okay. Any of his contribution towards women empowerment appeals you?
Sir, I'll have to read on his specific contributions for women, but Ambedkar was of the opinion that a society can only achieve good governance if women are also given equal rights and they're educated. Sir, I think he has some role related to the Hindu marriage bill, sir. And apart from that, he also empowered women through his ideology, sir.
Okay, so you are almost correct. That is Hindu code bill.
Yes.
And he had not just some role, he had a very big role.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
As in when there was some lethargy shown by the government in passing it, he resigned as a law minister.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that you might be recollect. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. When this Ukraine Russia you're talking about, things
Yes.
were happening around a month back it started.
Yes.
Everybody, all the senior and experienced journalists and people, were saying that it's a starting of third world war.
Yes, sir.
And it seems that it is not going in that direction.
Yes, sir.
So now, if you are asked to explain as to why it is not going in that direction, what would be your explanation?
So I believe that one peril of international relations is that it is very difficult to predict what would be the next event. But if I have to give explanation of why this conflict would not escalate to be a third world war, I would maintain that number one, the US and the NATO allies have not expressed any intention of joining the conflict, and that might prevent Russia from taking aggressive actions against Ukraine. So, second, Ukraine has also dropped its.
Russia has already taken aggressive action against Ukraine. There is nothing left now to be aggressive.
Sir, I mean using chemical, biological, or nuclear weapons.
So that's the problem. Anyway, people are saying because Russia has nuclear weapons and also the US has nuclear weapons, that acts as a counter deterrence.
Yes, sir, the deterrent.
That's the reason there won't be third world.
Yes, sir, I agree.
Anyway, thank you, Simran.
Thank
you.